Good morning, everybody. Crypto Strang here. Hope everyone is well. Today, I'm going to talk about reserve rights. I've mentioned this before briefly. I've had my bag of reserve rights, but I'm thinking I'm actually going to get some more. I bought it before; it was under 1 cent, and I could see on their roadmap and their plans and how they were developing what excellent projects in the making. Now, I was expecting the mainnet late last year, but we're now going to get it hopefully in the first or more like the second quarter now, unless I lose it very soon. But it's a wonderful project. We look more in depth into it. So at the moment, you can see the market's 571 million. The volume in the last 24 hours alone is nearly 221 million. So that's very good. You can see on the chart, it's quite a big price fluctuation lately. But to sum up reserve rights, it's basically got dual token, got the RSV, which is their stable coin. And with RSR, it's obviously much more volatile. It's backed by a basket of assets managed by the smart contracts. I think basically when you look at the second token is like, say, the reserve rights, the RSR, and it's used to keep the RSV stable at $1. But you're saying in a minute that's gone up in price a lot as well. So it's really stabilising now. And basically, unlike RSV, the reserve rights token is, as I say, volatile, but its main purpose is to help maintain the stability of RSV. Now, RSR, which is the volatile, it's not the stable coin, so RSV is the stable, but RSR is on massive exchange like Binance, Uobi, obviously, because Uobi was where it said IEO launch, Hotbit, and OKX. Its all-time high, though, was only actually mid-February. It was just 8 cents. So it's never had a massive price. It's been slowly growing, slowly but surely. You know, last March it was 0.001. But, you go through it and you look at the supply and it's only 9%. You think, oh, that's not good. That's one of the first things I look at. 9% supply. But the reason behind that is that at the moment it's an ERC20 token. It's obviously built on Ethereum, but they're going to their mainnet, their own project. So when they've got their own ecosystem, they haven't actually stated what the max supply will be. So are we going to have similar to what Elrond did, where all your RSR tokens automatically go over to the other one, or are they just going to keep it the RSR? Who knows? And RSR I've seen before, they've stated, the next one will not possibly have 100 billion tokens locked up. But when it was initially launched, with UOB with the IEO, had 6.85 billion tokens, of which 3% were distributed to OB Prime people on the IEO. But obviously since then, there's massive supply now. I've looked into more in depth what it's all about, and to sum it up, like the foundation's unlocking mechanism, basically how they release it, is designed by the reserve team. Not only allows the team to have more flexibility for additional fundraising, we talked about before with projects where they release so many tokens a month for the treasury to develop, but it also enables instant reflection of information, increased amount of tokens in token price. So the RS tokens held by the foundation, the reserve team and its partners, we'll talk about the partnerships as well later, they've got many, account for 83.6%, which obviously does cause an centralisation issue. So that's one, again, it's an area which is not very good when you think the team itself and the partners have got 83%. When you go with things like Cardano, where nearly 75% is staking, held by the community alone, where that probably be the decentralized ecosystem, But I do like reserve rights. I like what they're doing. A couple of bits though, when you think about the supply, when they're going to release it, when's their plans to take their profit, should we say, the reserve team. So again, it's a bit of a grey area. But I really do like this project. I think it's going to have an excellent year. Now, we look at RSV, the stable coin. Obviously, they try and keep it $1 all the time because, it's just a gnat under $1. But literally last month, it actually went to $10, which defeats the object of the stable coin. It's on, you can get RSV, see there, it's don't know the market cap because there's only just over 1 million total supply of the stable coin. That's how they use it. So, I say it was basically $10.98. But last September was only 63 cents. So in the last sort of couple of weeks, it's really sort of stabilised around that dollar mark. You can get it on Kyber Network Gate Uniswap, so it's not many exchanges. So I say, as before, Reserve basically aims to build a stable, decentralised asset-backed cryptocurrency, and it's got that digital payment system that scales supply with demand. And it basically maintains the 100% or more collateral. So the reserve token, as we say, the stable coin, the RSV, is obviously it's held and spent on the way we use the fiat money. The reserve right RSR is a protocol token used to facilitate the stability of RSV. So the growing variety of tokenized real-world assets, such as stablecoins, we obviously know many stablecoins out there, are held by the reserve smart contract to back RSV. So it's the way they do it keeps it stable, obviously keeps the stablecoin, but also reflects on the RSV. So occasionally you get the RSVs that say unpegged from the $1. The reserve team believes that this stabilisation mechanism and presence of the market arbitrage will ensure one to one peg to the US dollar. So they are. It must have been a bit of a shock to them, and I don't know why it went, above $11. That was very strange. Very strange indeed. If you scroll down here, you always find this information on CoinMarketCap, and you can sort of scroll down, and you can see there the all-time highs are say February 27th, all-time low there as well. This is the RSV. So you can sort of go through it. You can see the market there. It's just amazing that it went up so high for a stable coin. So anyway, that's what they're doing. So they've got the two tokens, RSR, RSV. I don't own any RSV. I don't really hold sort of hodl, should we say, stable coins. They're not for me, but obviously I do use stable coins when I'm on exchanges, etc. So when you go on their website, reserve.org, you can go through their mission. We're building a stable coin that can't be shut down, and a network of decentralized fiat on-off ramps. So they basically want to create a different banking system where people don't trust the banks, and it goes from their challenge. Now, I'll show in a minute about what they're doing in Venezuela, and they basically, because Venezuela's obviously their currency is just completely dumped, and they've got massive, terrible inflation where everything is just obscene, and basically the currency is worth nothing. They're actually now working with the Venezuelan government, which must be very, very difficult, because the Venezuelan government bought out their own cryptocurrency, what was it, about 2 years ago, called Petro, if I remember, and it didn't really do well, and I don't believe it's even used now. And they basically want to work with the Venezuelan government to solve the country's currency instability problem. And Reserve's also established in-depth cooperative relationship with the mobile companies in Africa. They basically want to improve efficiency of cross-border mobile payments in Africa, which is, again, what Cardano is doing, and help develop basic countries to establish more reliable commercial payment systems for easy payment. And so you can see the challenge there they're doing. I'll put the link below. You can see their challenge, what they're trying to achieve. Again, it's another project. It's got an excellent roadmap, massive team, longevity, a genuine use case. So you're trying to find more information about their roadmap. I think the mainnet coming out is obviously the main bit. And someone's put here what the plan is, continue improving finding the app and automate all key processes while in private beta. Basically, once they're confident the app is ready to scale, they'll start on board a lot more people, so continue testing, releasing further improved versions, enable on-chain transactions. So it's got many sides to it. Now, the investors was another interesting part. You can go through this, and now, got their guy, Sam Altman, and he was the co-founder of OpenAI and a prominent angel investor. He's invested in Airbnb, Stripe, Reddit. So he's a massive investor. He believes in the project Coinbase Ventures. Obviously, it's headquartered in San Francisco and is an early stage venture fund. Now, when you do this, you expect it to be on Coinbase very soon. Let's be honest, it's not on there at the moment. You expect it very soon. This was very interesting. Pete was a co-founder of PayPal. Many other companies, and there's a guy down here this Eric Jackson was the VP of marketing at PayPal. He's author of the PayPal Wars book, So many, many, many investors in it. When you scroll through all these different people, they're massive investors. And you can understand how this project was so much invested behind it. And again, you go back to talk about the tokens, what 83% are locked up. That's why there's only 9% in circulation. So there's a lot of people behind it. And as they get more mainstream adoption, that's why I'm surprised the RSV. I tried to see if that is actually genuine. It's only just over 1 million circulation. I thought there'd be literally tens of millions, but I'll have to look at that further because that's very strange. But anyway, that's what they're doing. But you scroll down, just see all these investors, massive amounts of people. This guy here, even at the bottom there, is a previous director of Visa, absolutely massive. This again was a real point for me where I'm going to get some more RSR. So again, on their site, their principles, as we stated earlier, there's a severe lack of transparency and trust in many of the world's monetary systems. Hundreds of millions of people live in countries without stable currencies. So he's obviously talking about Venezuela, talking about Africa, and they go through everything. Share knowledge and how to create stability when it enables competition, take governance into our own hands, and it just grows. They're very active on Twitter. You can see here again talking about the hyperinflation, what they're doing. Again, it's very related to Venezuela, and you just go through it all, and they're talking about when else they can go to other countries. At the moment, Africa, Venezuela, there's many, many countries they can adapt into, and which is what Charles Hoskin and Cardano's done. I don't want to keep mentioning now, I don't want to talk about reserve rights, but that's what they want to tap into the African market. Give them stability, give them proper, genuine stable coins where they can compete with the rest of the world. It is fantastic what's going on. And this is why I think we will get such mainstream adoption and why cryptocurrency will change the world. It's on here, on their Medium site. It's all about the hyperinflation, and many people joined the list. You can see there now in March, anyone in Venezuela, will be able to access Reserve app. So obviously going massive out there. This is the first country they want to adapt to. And we still they go worldwide. And also states here on March 15 will turn off the waitlist entirely for 2 weeks and give direct access to the app for anyone in the countries of service: Venezuela, Colombia, Argentina, and Panama. Again, this is what they're doing. It's stuff like this really makes you really positive, and could have a massive year as they keep developing. They seem it's obviously a very big team. They seem very proactive, very keen to get this out there to the rest of the world. So when you go back to RSR, yeah, there's only 9%. We spoke about that, and the price is just nats over 6 cents. This, to me, it's not financial advice. I always start on every video. To me personally, I think Reserve Rights has got massive, massive potential for this year and beyond. It's a project with longevity to go on for many years. Now, another part of RSR, which again was fascinating, we spoke about Grayscale recently and all the altcoins they've applied for trusts for. You think about this, Grayscale files to register, and it mentions many, many projects. Many scroll down there, it's got many, and it's got RSR, and you think it's going to be absolutely wonderful as they keep developing on NASDAQ and actually talking about various currencies now are going to be adopted by Grayscale. And I just think it's absolutely fantastic that Grayscale are going to have all these trusts with cryptocurrencies. That will make these projects solid for longevity. So RSR, keep on your radar. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Anyone want any help, as usual, Telegram links below. Message me, email me, info@cryptoaustralian.com, all my social media below. Love to hear from you what your thoughts are on RSR. I think it's a wonderful project. Let's see how they go this year. Similar to what we spoke about recently with Coty and Holochain, it's going to be a massive year for crypto because there's so much more competition. A hell of a lot more than there was back in 2017, 2018 in the last bull run. So let's see how it develops. Thanks very much. We'll chat soon. Cheers. Bye.